Bobby Maximus here. Now, if you don't know who I am, let me go over my resume because I believe in the fitness industry. Having a good resume is important. Having credentials is important. We live in a day and age where everyone can be a fitness influencer and try to give you fitness advice, but honestly, you shouldn't listen to everyone. So as for me, I've trained athletes in the NBA, the NFL, and the Olympics. I've trained athletes in the UFC. I fought in the UFC myself. I won in the UFC. I won Submission of the Night in the UFC. I wrote a best-selling book for Men's Health called Maximus Body. Men's Health named me one of the 100 fittest men of all time to ever walk the earth. And on top of that, I've trained numerous Tier 1 assets in the United States military. And as you can tell, working out is my entire life. Now today, we are going to learn to train like a person who has arguably the most iconic physique in Hollywood history. Today, he's the gold standard for Hollywood physiques, and that man is Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. So why do I think that The Rock is the gold standard for Hollywood physiques? Because when I'm judging people, I judge them on more than just looks. Now, does The Rock have a ton of muscle packed on his frame? Hell yes. Is he shredded? Hell yes. Does he look great on screen? Hell yes. But to me, having a good physique is more than just about looks. You've got to be a functional athlete. And The Rock, when it comes to being functional, when it comes to being capable, he checks all the right boxes. He played really high-level football. He played for the University of Miami. He was an incredible college football player. He wrestled in the WWE, and the WWE athletes are some of the best athletes on the face of the earth. And on top of that, he's currently filming a movie called The Smashing Machine. It's a biopic on a legend in MMA, a guy named Mark Kerr. To have the ability to play a savage like Mark Kerr, you've got to be a functional, capable mother. You know what I'm about to say. I don't want to get canceled by the censorship police. Anyway, that's why we're going to talk about The Rock today. When it comes to a Bobby Maximus workout, there's generally three components. The first one is we want to feel good, especially for me. I'm in my mid-40s. I fought in the UFC. I've got a lot of mileage on my body. I want to make sure I'm injury-free. I want to make sure I feel good. I want to make sure that I'm jumping out of bed in the morning without aches and pains. So there's always some type of mobility or injury proofing or prehab component to my workouts. The next, I want to perform good. I've said this a million times. I don't want to be all show and no go. I don't want to be a kit car. I don't want to be a Prius engine with a Ferrari shell. I want to be able to actually do things, whatever that task or sport may be. And then finally, I want to look good. Everyone wants to look good. I want to take my shirt off at the pool and have people stare. I want my wife giving me compliments all the time. I want dudes coming up to me at the grocery store saying, "What are you on?" Like, I want it all. So there is a look good component. And when we look at comparing ourselves to somebody like The Rock, he believes in all those three components as well. He wants to feel good. He's got to be out making movies. He's got to be out doing athletic things. The man can't afford to get an injury. He's got to get paid, and he gets paid by being healthy. He wants to be able to perform good. He's a genuine athlete, and he just appeared in WrestleMania. He wants to be able to do stuff, and of course he wants to look good. If you're going to play a superhero on screen, if you're going to play a monster like Mark Kerr on screen, you got to look the part. All right, so when it comes to being injury-free, when it comes to that feel-good component of the workout, I love plank holds, but they're gonna have, I'm gonna say a little twist. It's not really a twist. I just want you to hold the plank properly. So one of the things with the plank is people will just plank on their hands and their toes, and they'll just kind of sag, and they'll just hang on for as long as they can. That's not a functional plank. I want you to make the plank as hard as possible. And here's a couple of ways you're gonna do that. Number one, you're gonna put your hands shoulder width apart. Number two, You're going to spread your legs out. You can put your toes together, or you can have about a foot of distance in between them. Now, this is where the hard part begins. I want you to push your hands into the ground as hard as you can. I want you to activate your shoulders, and then I want you to flex your glutes and your abs as hard as possible to make a rigid plank. If you're doing this right, 30 seconds should be really difficult. You want to flex your abs till you feel like they're going to rip out of your skin. If you can do that for the plank, you can have a tight line from your head to your toe. You can tighten every single muscle. Now the plank becomes an incredible tool at giving you a strong core, which is going to mean you're going to be injury-free, you're going to feel good, you're going to have less back pain, and that becomes extremely important when you're putting your body through hell in the gym. A great exercise you can do with this is 300 total seconds of plank hold. It ends up being 10 sets of 30 seconds, which is 5 minutes holding a plank. Do that to start your workout. I promise you, you will start feeling better, performing better, looking better, all of the things that are important to you. All right, so I got my good buddy Ryan here, a training partner of mine. We're gonna see if he's holding the plank correctly. So you can see right now there's no activation right now. He's just stacking his bones up trying to hold on. If you have a buddy and you wanna check, try to push him over. The fact that he just pushed over means he is not holding a tight plank. So now what we're gonna do, that's the wrong way to hold a plank. Ryan, I want you to push your hands into the ground hard. I want you to activate your shoulders. I want you to flex your abs. I want you to flex your glutes as hard as you can. Try to push them over. Solid as a rock. That's how you know you're holding a tight plank. Perfect. All right, so we did a little warm-up. We held our planks, and now we're on to the main event of the workout. We're gonna do a little bit of supersetting, and we're gonna include something called German volume training. Here's the deal. You wanna look like a guy like The Rock. You gotta be big, you gotta be strong, you gotta be powerful, and one of the best ways to do that is my favorite mass gain format of all time, my favorite hypertrophy format. It's 10 sets of 10. Some people call it German volume training, but that's what we're gonna do today. And this is going to help us knock out the next two components of a Bobby Maximus workout, the performance aspect, because if you do this type of training, you are going to get strong AF, and the look good component because you're going to build muscles in all the right places. For the exercises today, for the German volume training portion of this, we're going to do a standard bench press. I love the barbell bench press, and we're going to do 10 sets of 10. The weight I'm going to use is 225, but you can feel free to use a weight that pushes you to your limit. The perfect weight is the one that you almost can't finish, the one that almost pushes you to failure by the end of the workout. We're gonna superset that with the classic pull-up. So here's how this workout's gonna work. We're going to do 10 reps of bench press, again, at 225, and then we're going to rest 2 minutes. 2 minutes between each set. During that 2 minutes, you owe 5 perfect pull-ups. All right, so set number 1, we're gonna lay down a bench press. I want you to have your feet slightly wider than the bench. You're gonna come down under the bench. I like to go a closer grip because it protects my shoulders. The wider you go, it makes the movement easier, sure, because there's less of a range of motion, but it puts more stress on the shoulders in a negative way. So I wanna have a nice narrow grip. This is also going to bring my front delts into it more. It's gonna bring my triceps into it more. So I'm gonna put my thumb, the edge of the knurling here. Make sure my butt doesn't come off the bench and I don't have an overly big arch. I'm gonna press up, down to my chest, and back up. That's how we're gonna bench press. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Notice how it's nice and slow and controlled. 8, 9, 10. 10 perfect reps. Now walk with me. We're going to grab our timer. Got one on the wall. You can use a timer. Phone. I'm an old school guy. I like a stopwatch. I'm going to push the stopwatch. We're going to get 2 minutes of rest. Now, in that 2 minutes of rest, we have to do 5 perfect pull-ups. You can do them with a neutral grip. I like the neutral grip. Again, I want to feel good. I want to perform good. I want to stay injury-free. And I believe that these will keep you injury-free. Again, wide grip over time can get hard on your shoulders, so I want to protect them. I'll do the neutral grip. But if you feel like doing wide grip, no problem. Have at her. 30 seconds of rest. I got to get 5 pull-ups done in this 2 minutes. So now I'm going to do the pull-up. For the pull-up, I want you to pull your chest to the bar. Don't just, I hate the term chin up. Don't just squeak your chin over the bar. Get a full range of motion for that. I want my elbows behind the center line of the body. And to do that, I got to pull myself up to my chest. So, show you what I'm talking about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got my 5 pull-ups. I also prefer, people say, why not the lat pull down? You know why lat pull downs were invented? Because people couldn't do pull-ups because pull-ups were too hard. Stick with the real thing. And again, if you want to be functional, if you want to perform well, if you want to be a true bad mother, you know what? Pull-ups are what you want. So let's check our timer. Minute, 45 seconds left. We're hitting that 2-minute mark. You want to keep this strict. The minute this hits 2 minutes, we're going to sit down. We're going to do another set. So in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. 2 minutes. We're going to get another 10. Perfect reps. We'll reset. We'll start the clock. We got 2 minutes. Again, in these 2 minutes, we got to get 5 perfect pull-ups, and we're going to do this workout for 10 total sets. So we just finished the main event, the German volume training, the 10 sets of 10, bench press 225, supersetted with pull-ups. But now we've got to work the arms. The Rock has ginormous, strong arms. He's got those guns, and it's what everybody is looking at. Now, I know a little bit about arms, maybe 50% about arms. As you can see, I've got a lack of a bicep here. I tore it in a fight, never got fixed, but I still got one good one, and I can teach you how to build 2 good ones. So we're going to do one of my favorite arm circuits ever. It's a combination of hammer curls and laying skull crushers. And this workout will teach you that you don't need a heavy set of dumbbells, that you can absolutely crush your little soul with nothing more than a set of 15s. How is this going to work? Our 15s are here on the ground. We are going to do kneeling hammer curls. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do 50 of these. You're going to squeeze those muscles the entire time, and you're going to hold on to the handles of the dumbbells as tight as possible. The more you squeeze, the more you form that mind to muscle connection, the better effect you're going to get. Like I said, you're going to do 50 total reps of hammer curl. When you're done that, you're going to lay on your back. You're going to grab the dumbbells, put them up, and you're going to do skull crushers. to the ground and straighten your arms. All right, and you're gonna do 50 reps of skull crusher. This should get really, really hard. The first 10 reps will be easy. Then it'll start to get difficult. In reps 30 through 50, your arms are gonna be absolutely screaming. You're gonna do 50 total reps. When you're done your 50 total reps, then you're gonna get back on your knees and you're gonna go back into hammer curls. And you're gonna do 40 reps. After that, you're gonna get on your back. You're gonna do 40 skull crushers. Then you're gonna do 30 reps of each, 20 reps of each, 10 reps of each. You're doing this without a break. There's no rest. You wanna push through. You're gonna feel some pain points. Push through them. You wanna get bigger. You wanna get stronger. You wanna get that beautiful Hollywood physique. You wanna look like The Rock. You wanna look like one of the strongest people on earth. You can't quit. You have to persevere. So just keep running the table until 50 of each are done, 40 of each are done, 30 of each are done, 20 of each are done, and 10 of each are done. And that is the workout. All right, a little recap. We started with some plank holding for 300 total seconds. That could be 10 sets of 30 seconds, but here's the key. For a plank to be effective, it's gotta be tight. You gotta put your all into it. I don't want you just stacking your bones up. So quality planks. Then we moved into the main event, German volume training, 10 sets of 10. We used the bench press. I did 10 sets of 10 at 225 pounds with 2 minutes rest between each. And in the 2 minutes, listen, you gotta push, you gotta pull as well. So we did 5 perfect pull-ups. To me, pull-ups are the best pulling exercises there are. Remember what I said earlier, the reason lat pull-downs were invented were because people couldn't do pull-ups. They found them too hard. They found a lazier way to do it. So stick with the classic, stick with the original, stick with the pull-up. And then for a finisher, we worked our arms. You want to look like The Rock, you gotta have some big guns. 2 of my favorite exercises, hammer curls and laying skull crushers. And the kicker for this exercise is you only need 15-pound dumbbells. This is my favorite thing to do. You find the guy with the biggest ego in the room and you crush him with a tiny set of dumbbells. The circuit is 50 reps of each, 40 reps of each, 30 reps of each, 20 reps of each, 10 reps of each. That entire workout will take you 45 to 50 minutes. It will crush you, but not only will it crush you, it will make you bigger. It will make you stronger. It will give you the physique that you really want. You'll be walking around looking like The Rock.